Hello and welcome, everyone. This is a live toolkit. We're with Brody Nero today. Brody, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for taking the time to go through this with me. I need the help, that's for sure.
No problem, man. So what we're going to be doing today, guys, is we're going to be talking about using a basically a website editor, Joomla, and we're going to go on the back end of it, and we're also going to be learning how to install JavaScript, which allows your static site to work more dynamically, add all these other things. And then we're going to be using the very basics of a software that I like to use called ConvertFox. And that is to have your customer service to be on point for your websites. And you can actually do drip campaigns, everything through the messenger. So we're going to start this from scratch. This is live. Really, Brody just gave me some of the information and a couple of YouTube videos, and now we're going to look at install. So we're going to do this in real time, and we'll talk about how to set everything up, and we'll go from there. Also, too, Brody, you're going to be on this, so if I'm going too fast, if you have questions, let me know, and we'll go through it, okay?
Amazing.
All right, so let's do this. All right, so I'm going to do a share screen real quick. I'm going to share my screen. You're going to see all of these things. And then right now, you should only see a Google page right now.
That's correct.
All right, guys. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on the back end of, I'm going to call it Joomla. Joomla? How do you say it, Brody? Joomla? Say it one more time.
It looks right. I'm gonna go with Joomla. I don't want to experiment right now.
All right, we're going to do with that. We're going to go with that name. By the way, Brody, am I still presenting?
You're presenting, and I just see the back end of Joomla.
Awesome. Okay. So we're in the right spot. Okay, guys. So this is the back end. And before we really get into it, we need to have this page. Okay. And we need to also have an editor to be able to change this. So I'm going to start moving some things around real quick. I'm going to see if it can view a site. Okay, and this is what our site looks like right now. So we'll always be able to toggle back and forth what it should look like. Okay, we go back to the editor. All right, and if someone wants to see what it looks like, let's see about this. That's too much. This is, let's see, edited. Well, let me go back to the other ones. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay, so this will be all of our articles. It will also allow us to see, this is the back end, your control panel, where you first log in, what it would look like. And what I'm doing is I'm going to go to the home page to edit. Now, before we get into it, just like WordPress, it allows you to use extensions and plugins. So to be able to look at your extensions, you click extensions right here. It says manage, and you can see plugins, modules, templates, and all that stuff. So I'm just going to say plugins. So it's going to take me to plugins, and here I can add different things to change it. I'm going to have an editor, but how do I make sure that I can start using it? Well, first, remember, guys, you can have a bunch of different things. You can say install right here. So it's extension manage, and you would say install, and that allows you to install whatever you would like on it. Now here it says install from web, install from an extension. Now, this extension is going to be from a zip file, and you can find different editors and just make sure that it's compatible and up to date. So what I did was I went to Joomla J editor, and I went there. I went to this website, and I just wanted to do an editor because I need to put JavaScript in. And right here it says get the pro editor, and I was like, nah, I'm not trying to pay money right now. I didn't even see if it was costing me anything, but whenever someone says get pro, that usually means someone's trying to charge me, and I'm not about that life right now. So I went right here to the newest one. It's in what month are we in? Are we in March 20?
We're in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the brand new one. And remember, when I'm clicking here, guys, when you see core files, you see all these other updates. You don't want to go back in time. You want the most up-to-date package. So You download here. So you download, which I just did. And then after you download, you go here and it will say drag or browse to upload a package file. Now, this is something that no one that I saw online would tell a newbie because they just assumed you knew it. I had no idea that you needed to have it as a zip file. So I was always getting my my plugins not working because if it doesn't download as a zip, you need to zip the file. Now, this one automatically already had a zip file. So I installed it. So I pressed browse, I clicked zip and installed it. And when it did that, it then became a plugin. And how do I know that it was the right thing? I went to plugins, I went down and it says editor JCE. That's what I got from over here. It matches the same name, so I know I'm in the right spot. Remember, guys, if you're downloading something and you don't know if it's a credible site, make sure you do research before you just go to some shady sites and download things. Also, look right here where it says HTTPS. It's secured, so making sure your websites that you're going to are secure and you won't pick up something that is a virus. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to go back. Let's go back. I'm going to go to the home page. I'm back at the control panel. I'm going to go to home. Okay. And home is where I see the editor where I can do all this stuff right here. This is very similar to a lot of builders such as WordPress. This is a pretty standard look. And that's what you do. Now, what you can do is you can actually toggle editor, and that's where we're going to drop the code in a minute and see if this works. Remember, we haven't done this before. And that's what we're going to do, how you add JavaScript. Okay. Now, before we go on and install ConvertFox, do we have any questions, Brody, or do you want me to, is there something else I should explain before I go further?
No, we're good to keep going, man. Thanks for asking.
All right, no problem. So we have just got to the beginning. We have successfully installed a plugin. We are at the right menu section. And then what you need to do is we're going to add some JavaScript from ConvertFox. So what is ConvertFox? I am not getting paid by them. I have bought lots of products from them, but they are not paying me to say this. I love this editor. I love this service for customer service because it allows my site to be dynamic. And while I'm away, just like this, I am able to answer questions, and it looks like my team is always on point. And I can be away or I can be on vacation, and my site looks like I have support right away. Now, you might say, hey, Doc, that looks kind of shady. What if you're away? Well, this also comes with an iOS and Android app that I get notifications every time someone chats online, and I can either respond to them via my phone, and it will be on the website that they're visiting, or I can also create funnels to allow them to go through sequences, and I can follow up via email as well. So ConvertFox, check them out. They're a newer company, but really good stuff. And just to show you, I'm really selling this thing. The live chat, I love the dashboard that you're going to see in a second. We're going to be building this from scratch, so you're not going to see all these details in the conversation, but really super easy, and you can segment it on the fly from the users from when they contact you. So I can see where they're contacting me from, when they contacted me, how they're using it, either mobile, desktop, and all of that stuff. So let's get right into it. So ConvertFox, I've already logged in. This is brand new. So Brody, can you testify that you have not used this yet?
I've never used it before, but I'm super excited to get into it.
Okay, awesome. So right here, this is going to be the projects. Now, if some people are like, Doc, you're talking too fast. What's going on with this? How did you learn all this stuff? Bro, I did not come from a tech background. All I did was do something called read. And something sometimes I suck at, but it just takes time. So if you, and this is not just this software, if you ever have questions and you're like, how did you learn all of these tech-like things? Look for something called support docs, and you can Google whatever you want. So you could do ConvertFox support docs, and they will send you resources, and it will give you an in-depth version of what to do. So we're going to look at the installing the support docs right now. We're going to say installing ConvertFox. It will tell me how am I going to install this. it tells me right here how to install it if I'm using Shopify, WordPress, blah, blah, blah. If you do not have those things, you can do a manual integration. So I usually go with WordPress as my first option, but today we're going to do it manually. So we're going to click install ConvertFox on your product or website. So right here, it says create your ConvertFox account. We did it. Create your project. Now this is really good because this is going to tie your project with your website. So how do you create your project? Well, we go back. I'm going to X this out so I won't confuse myself, right? I'm going to X this out too because I opened this earlier. This is my opening screen, okay? So right here, I had to create a project. So right here, we're working with a company, okay? So I'm just going to call it Milestone Support, okay? That's going to be the project name. All right, now it's saying domain. Remember, this is very important because it's going to connect to the target website that you're going to use. So I'm going to go to the target website I want. I'm going to do a Command C because I'm using a Mac, or Control C, whatever. I'm just going to copy that bad boy. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go to the domain. I'm going to do Command V. All right, so that's a pasting thing. Okay, we're going to say create. Okay, it says invalid. Add complete without path. Okay, let's see about this. See about this. Create. See what it did. Invalid. Let's see about this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's telling me I had to cut out the www and the backslash, it looks like. Okay, now right here, it's giving me a choice to install on WordPress or manual. WordPress just means it has a plugin already ready for you. Right here, it says get started by adding ConvertFox JavaScript snippet into your website. Put it in the above tag on your page. Now, I did some research and I'm having some, I could look for an above tag. I might do that later. Let me just do it right now just to make sure. I saw something there. Let's look at manage, update, modules, whatever. You know what? I'm just going to do what I was going to do anyway.
Cool.
I'm going to see if this works. Yeah, because they were talking about there's two different ways. The reason I stopped, guys, and you might be like, well, he's changed his mind a lot. The Joomla, YouTube video I saw, let's be honest, let's scare this away, okay? WordPress, Joomla, whatever, GoDaddy, whatever site, it's really hard to keep up with up-to-date tutorials because usually they change the UI or the dashboard so much. So this video was this was a 5-year-old video. So the dashboard looked totally different. So there was a section where I could just go to the editor and then add it into the header. That's not the case anymore. So what I saw an alternative was to toggle editor and drop it into the main page. I'm going to see if that works. If not, I will take out the code and put it in another section to see. So that's why I hesitated, guys, to where I'm going to do it. But let's see if this works. Okay, so we already put in the URL. It says install JavaScript, and it says add it basically in the header tag. Okay, it says, excuse me, replace the project ID to your project name because they're saying you can strip it straight from this. But if you're on the back end, it's already going to have your project ID. Now, how do we know that for sure? Okay, so if we look over here, this is the blanket one where you can just copy and rip it straight from it. But if we look right here, look at the product ID. The product ID would be right here. ConvertFox.set app ID. Let's see if we can see it. ConvertFox.set ID. It already has what I'm looking for right here. It's already done the work for me. Okay. So I'm going to copy this bad boy. Copy. Okay. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to go down here. We're going to toggle editor. I'm going to drop it right here. Okay. And we're gonna save and close. All right. Now we're gonna go over here and say check now and see what happens. I'm looking at it. I'm gonna give it a second. I'm gonna review it. Not there. So I don't panic, guys. I just go back to where I was. I toggle back. That's interesting. Huh. All right. Let's see about this. Cut that out. Save and close. All right. So I'm going to go to another section, guys. Okay. I saw it earlier, but I kind of didn't pay attention to it. Let's see. Plugins. Okay. Content, email, cloaking, break. Let's see about this. Header. Remember, guys, this is in real time. So that's why we're troubleshooting. That's what we're going to see. All right. Let's try one other thing. Okay. We're going to go back to home. Blah, blah, blah. View, blogs, insert, anchors, whatever. I don't need that. Let me toggle this back. Content, images. I don't care about that. Publishing. Configure, edit screens. Front end images, links. Permissions. Oh, interesting. Not allowed, inherited. Allowed. See about this. See what it does. Toggle back. See what it does. Drop here. See? And I'm dropping that. Nothing there. Okay, so what I did, guys, I was just seeing if I changed my permission, if I could drop it onto the main page. If I could do it, I did not do it. So this is what I gotta do. Gotta delete this, save it so I'm not messing up. And always, guys, keep checking back at what's happening in real time just to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna speak a little bit more so you can hear my thoughts of what I'm doing. If this is annoying, just mute it until you see what I need to do actually work. But I'm just trying to give you an idea of how I troubleshoot if I'm using a system that I haven't used before. So what I did was I looked at the home page. There is not a heading section that I can clearly see yet. So what I'm doing is I'm going to look for a either a plugins or an install a plugin to be able to do what I need it to do. Now, what does that mean? That means I need to see if I can find a plugin that will allow me to insert right into the header. Now, let's see. We're going to manage Discover. Okay, so this is extensions, Discover. Okay, so what I'm going to look for is header. Okay, see nothing matching it. I don't know if this is from my own or if I can check other people. So let's check install from web. There we go. So install from web is going to be where I can find the most used plugins for this type of system. Right here, let's see, I am going to see Smart Flash is not another Flash header. It's smart, slick, and easy to configure header pictures. I do not need that. Let's see, websites for CMS. Fix selects. So what I'm looking for is a header editor. So let me make this a little bit more formal. Let's see. This is picking up. Let's see what it is. Okay. Friendly drag and drop live editor. It's saying right here. A real-time website builder, drag and drop. in order to page elements, responsive design, responsive editor. Okay, this might be something. So I'm going to download it real quick. Okay, it's already got 30 reviews. Let's see, join now, admin demo, try editor. See, this is already making me bitter because what this is, usually if you had a WordPress site, all of those are integrated right there. So if I download, they're going to just download automatically on the back end. It's sending me to another URL to do it separately, which I'm not a huge fan of. And they're going to charge me for 89. I think not. Okay, so I'm going to go out, Joomla. I'm going to say header, editor. How to edit header. Let's see about this. This is 2018. Let's see. Give you change, blah, blah, blah. It's telling me how to do it. Let's see. Maybe I should just read this for a second. It's talking about a picture. Let's see. I'm going to say Joomla header editor for JavaScript. In header, let's see. Someone's adding how to add JavaScript. Let's see. You can add JavaScripts into your templates index. I'm gonna not do that right now. The reason behind it is what they're saying is the index.php file. That basically means you're gonna go in, and if you mess that thing up, you can crash your whole site. And you might be like, "Well, Doc, is it really that bad?" Yeah, I've crashed 3 sites when I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. Now, you could, I'm not against it, but for people that are just learning this, do not mess with that section. I thought I was feeling myself. I was like, I'm going to do that. And I crashed 3 sites. Okay. So right here, this time about easy scripts. I'm going to see if they have it available from now. They're saying download it. I'm not really sure. Now, once again, pretty interesting. Joomla is supporting this. I can see it by the name and everything. And just in case I want to make sure it's really the same page, I click back just to make sure that it's not some, shady site that's trying to, jack my stuff. So it's the real deal right there. And then once again, I can always see if it's secure, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to get the easy script, see what happens. System to modify the header section is very easy. Way to make sure modification of the head section. That's exactly what I need. We're going to see what happens. Brody, am I talking too much? Is this making sense?
It is, man. I mean, some of it's obviously foreign to me, but it's all logical and chronological, if you will. So it's good, man. We're working through it.
All right, awesome. So right here, I just downloaded it. It says easy script. I'm going back to upload right there. That's the last thing I uploaded right there. It's uploading right now. We're going to see what happens in a second. Now, I'm going to keep this open just in case I need to back up and see what happens. So I'm going to manage and go to the install section over here. Okay, that's all my other stuff. Modifications. Now, what I'm going to do is manage plugins. Let's see what the plugin, what did I do wrong? See that? Okay, there we go. Plugins. Now remember, I'm going to check back what the name of this thing is. It's called Easy Script, right? So I'm going to go back. Let's see, Easy. Easy Script is right there. All right, let's do this thing. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to home. I haven't really tested this out, guys. So once again, if you're like, bro, I'm not really sure if this is going to work. Let's see what it does. Configure, edit screen, publishing options. Let's see what it does. Now, yes, I could read how to use it, and I probably will. I'm just seeing, once again, the reason, usually if you're editing something that's on WordPress and it changes something, usually it gives me other features here. But once again, I'm only working on the assumption it acts like WordPress. So that is my problem. Let's take a look at if there's any screenshots of what it's supposed to look like or where to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on YouTube. I'm going to say easy script. Plug in, say Joomla, see what happens. Easy script, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's telling me right here, that's a long video I'm not going to be watching. Okay, so I'm going to jump around. It tells me to download, like most videos. Okay, so over here, it's going to tell me to go to plugins, which we just did. See, I'm following most of the real things. Okay, they're saying clicking editor right there. All right, maybe I should click it. All right, let's see if they do it. This is taking too long. I'm impatient. I'm watching this live, guys. I don't have time for this. All right, scripts, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, this looks like a whole lot of work. Ugh. Sections, fonts, I don't care about that. Others, add additional items. Oh, really? That's how they're doing it. So they're basically saying put your CSS, but I don't need CSS. I just need to add my JavaScript. So maybe it's going to work on the same thing. They're saying add that and then put it in the additional items section. Let's see, section, new time. All right, let's check this out for a second. I could turn on the volume and see, but we're trying to make this happen right now, Brody. We don't have time for that.
I feel you.
Let's see about this. Let's go to plugins. I'm going to plugins right now. I'm going to go see. Okay, so it's saying it's public scripts. Okay. jQuery version. Other. Ugh. Displays allows addition of script styles to the header section of your, there's also some other tools. So this is specifically for headers. Okay. So URL script 1. All right, now I guess I better listen to it. Just make sure I don't jack it up. Hold on one second, guys.
From your control panel. Okay. And we'll find it here. It could be at the top. It might not be. Always waiting for localhost. We've got some tabbed headings. Go straight in if we know where the file is from here. The root path, we can either use the HTTP or we can just go straight in if we know where the file is from our root. This is for JavaScript. Okay, this is a little bit more advanced.
This is for JavaScript. You heard what they said, guys, right? So I just got the green light. Let's see if this is going to work. Now, you might be like, Doc, that is the worst. Like, I can't believe you learned like this. Listen, guys, I ain't got time for this right now, okay? I'm losing money right now. So let's see right here. We're going to save and close it. We're going to see if this bad boy works, okay? We're going to go there. I'm Xing that out, Xing that out, Xing that out. Let's see, start test. Take a look at this bad boy. See, loading. Still not there. See, we're going to do this one more time. Let's see. So I could be doing that. It's telling me that it's processing, though. JavaScript code not detected. You must install all JavaScript to your site properly. And you know what I hate with this stupid thing? It's so logical. It's telling me I'm not doing something. What I love about this, though, it's telling me if I'm doing it right or not, right? So if you're getting this warning, you know there's not a shadow of a doubt like, oh, I'm doing everything right. Someone's doing this wrong. No, you messed this up like I did. All right, so right there, let me watch the video more to see if I did something.
Most of you guys probably won't put anything in here, but
maybe I should have listened to that last part.
Know how to write JavaScript if you need to put a little bit of JavaScript in there.
But I did.
This is a place to do it. Okay. Well, we're really.
What did he say to me? He's here for styles. I ain't here about styles. No one cares about styles right now. Get this.
Right.
So Although I might have unpaused it at the wrong time, it still was the right area. So this is what I do in real time, guys. People are like, well, what's going on? All you do is watch videos, okay, to see how people do it. They're using a Gator backend. They're probably going to use .php. Basically, they're going into their dashboard. Like if you're hosting GoDaddy or using Bluehost, that's how they're entering right here, right? We're not doing that. We're going in the back end of Joomla, whatever, in the back. So it's going to act a little bit differently. So you might say, like, why are you already discounting this video? It's because they're using Gator or fast domain right here that looks just like Gator, that they're going to be editing their file, I bet, straight from it. Yep. I don't have time for that. And that's a different way than what we have access for this. Okay?
Right.
So we're going to go back, saying the script right there. I'm going to do some things right here. I'm going to say maybe I'm acting too... let me do enabled. Let's read some things for a moment. Let's go back. I'm going to copy. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to put it back. Make sure all my stuff is there. I'm going to save. Close this mug. Okay. Now it's on. Now let's test this sucker. Let's see what happens. It's processing for a second. This does take a minute, guys. Remember, I'm just adding things right now, so give me a break about it. Okay. So it's still processing. Remember, it's going to load and tell me what happens. This is something, look at it. Disable plugin, disable. Just look at that, guys. Everything is a little bit different. Still thinking. All right, so I'm going to X out all the stuff that I used before. I'm going to leave easy script because this is the thing I'm using right now. Just in case, guys, remember, you want to make sure you have a clean workflow. So check this again. Still processing to see. See if it checks now. Still nothing. Code not detected. It's still doing that, which is not great, but it looks like it's done loading. Still not doing the right thing. So I'm going to view this as a failure. And then
I'm refreshing the site myself, and there's some code in the top left corner.
Is there?
Yeah, it says quotation type equals quotation text / JavaScript end quote.
All right, thank you. So let's take a look. We're going to go to plugins. That's not cool. Let's do this. Let's disable. Let's look at the site again. Gone. So it's definitely trying to do it, and it's definitely trying to do that in the we're in the right area. It's just not acting what I need to do, because that is in the header section of the page, which is where it's telling me to put it.
Yeah.
In the header section, it is showing up, which is good. So I revise. It's not a total failure. It's trying. But once again, it's not doing exactly what I need it to do, right? And screw this whole thing that says easy script. I've already written them off, okay? So I'm going to go back, okay? I'm going to go back in plugins. This is just part of the deal, guys. This is part of the deal. So I'm going to go back to install. Let's take a look at, let's just discover some things right now. Okay, go back here. And hold on one second. I'm going to look at one thing. Sometimes you can look for a section like this and you can find headers. I just botched that. But sometimes if you go to manage, it will break down the site. There is an older version that I saw online what it looked like, that it's not working anymore. Basically, if I look at this section, I saw a header section, but I'm going to just check something real quick. Okay, so as I'm just checking something, I'm going to go alphabetical. I'm checking if I can find header. I could be off. Might not even be here. Okay, see, I got footer right there. You see what I'm saying? So the footers are there, but it's not allowing me to have a header section. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Nope, it's not here. So, which is a bummer. And once again, guys, this is all new. We're doing this in real time. So let's take a look at this. Editing, header, JavaScript. I'm just adding a couple things. Editing, header, Joomla, JavaScript. Let's see. I'm back at the same article. I'm going to do something because this is newer, adding JavaScript, saying there's 3 methods embedding JavaScript into your code, saying use an add script, a script, blocks of JavaScript are declared directly within a component, external JavaScript, description, using framework, important nodes, third party, external links. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just looking really quickly if they just give me a plugin that allows me to do it really quick. I can go into a section and start messing with things, but right here, I'm not trying to go into PHP. Not on someone's site that I'm just trying to work on without having all the proper security clearances, just in case it crashes and I have to reload it because I do not have where it's registered to basically every website has a backup. So I don't have access to the backup of this site. So if I crash it in real time, I cannot just go back in time and make it before I did all of the changes. That's why I'm not doing that right now. So let's look at one other thing. Manage install. Let's go here from the web. Let's see, editing. Go to editing again. Output, custom text, remove HTML code, search and replace external links, editor, simple. Let's see about it. Change content, editor right here, editor switchers, enable editing screens, purchase and download. I ain't about that life. Going back. See about this. Change content, equation editor, magic, creating and managing content, text editor. Let me just let's make it more specific. See what this is about. This is an editor, inline editing, like interfaces for development. I don't need that too much. Languages. Okay. 14 reviews. Really? 14 reviews on this thing? Ridiculous. I don't trust things with 14 reviews. But I might be getting to that point. I really don't like the 0 reviews. I really don't.
Yeah.
Now 14 sounds pretty good. About this. Replace HTML searches. I don't need all that. It's just replacing HTML. Remove redundant white space. That's just basically, so what they're saying is that's just making it tighter. So that way less code, which means it can load faster for you possibly. But we don't need to edit that. bad word filter. I don't need that right now, guys. I'm trying to do this thing. This one, see, this one had the one we had originally. Let's see about this. Let's see. You know what? Let's do this, guys. Let's go back. Let's go back to plugins. Okay. Cut out plugins. Let's look at every plugin. Okay. What was that first one? Editor right here. Let's go there. Enable. Okay. So that's already there. Their editing is already there. Let's do some radical thinking real quick. Let's just go out and start messing stuff. Well, we're not gonna mess things up, guys. We're just gonna mess with things. That sounds better. Okay. So there's another way. Let's see. This is how they're building it with widgets. See, so you might wonder, like, why is this blank? Why isn't anything happening right here? Because they're building their whole site on widgets. Okay, I'm not even gonna go. I am too tired to talk about that subject of widgets. So I'm not even gonna broach that. But that is why right here, you can't see anything on that page. So right, it looks blank, right? Well, that's because the widgets are building that page what it looks like.
Oh.
Let's see. So options, title. Let's take a look. Link options. More text to read. Global. Images and links. Publishing. Configure. This is talking about what's going to be happening, obviously. This is basically what is allowed on the site, right? Because they're saying if someone's here and they don't have access or they don't have the privileges to access it, it will not allow it to stay on the site, which is really good. Let's see, find and replace, toggle editor. That's again right there. I'm going to do something else. Now it says J user load unable to load ID. Let me do one thing, okay, guys? No, tags. Save and close. Save and close. Nope, it's not in the header area. It's not in the header area, so it's not going to show up, which makes sense. So I tried it one more time just to see, just to make sure I didn't mess up something. But it's not letting me do anything. Okay, so I'm going to save. I'm going to go back. So it's saying get started, add it into the header. You should include this code even on pages where you aren't displaying any ConvertFox forms. Okay, so I'm going to go back one. All right, let's see. We're going to go here. Thank you page, categories, fields. Okay, so I'm just checking all of these things. I'm looking if it's published, unpublished, featured, all those things. I'm just looking for different options to see if I'm missing something. Okay, now components, it says articles, see show title. So this is basically, it's telling you what is going to be shown on the screen, right? So you can actually change up what's going to happen based on it. Global configuration just means what is the entire site doing, right? So I'm looking first at banners because if it was a header, but it doesn't look like anything too crazy with it. I'm going to look at plugins. Okay. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, content. Let's see. Let's go to, these are all the different plugins it's doing. So now I'm just looking at other plugins to see if I can see somewhere to change something. Live numbers. This is Code Mirror. I'm just looking at different ones to see if they have anything with a header that we can change it out. See, this is the one we use. It's being very generic because it's allowing you to make on the page edits, but once again, it's only made for the body, not the whole thing. See, this is editor for, once again, the widgets, which we don't care about. This is the editor that allows you to do the basic things. Now it has an advanced tab that I might look at. And that does nothing for me. I'm going to go back. Go to the next section. Fields. Nope. Search. Now, the reason you might be like, well, what is taking so long? You got to understand, the less popular the platform is, the less options you will have to get a good plugin. WordPress is used more than 80% of the internet in some fashion. So most developers build their plugins to work on that platform. Very few customize to this type, and that's why I'm having trouble finding an editor that will do what I'm asking it to do. So we're going to check again because I am having a time of it. Let's see. Design, blah, 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 blah. It's not telling me anything. I really don't want to do it the hard way. I really don't want to do it. Hold on. This is add JavaScript custom. The custom is embedded in the head section. This is Joomla approved. So we're going to try this out.
Beautiful.
We'll see if this works. All right, so we're going to go back. We're going to see this again. Okay, so we're going to do this again. Now you guys can really see if you missed a couple times, if I'm going too fast. I've done this like 2 other times. So we go back to upload package file. We go back. I'm adding add custom JavaScript. I'm adding that. This is now going to be added again. Remember, I don't have to have all of these things active at a time, guys. I can go back and enable it. So don't freak out and be like, why does he have all these things right now? We're just trying to get stuff to work first, guys. Then we'll go back and turn things off. So let me do this in the same order. Let's go back to was I in plugins? I think I'm already in plugins. Here we go. Now, what is it called? Download add custom, add custom. So I'm looking for this. Let me go back. Let's see. I don't know the name of it. There we go. Add custom JavaScript. Okay, put this plugin at the end of the plugin in order for the plugin manager. Put this at the end of the plugin order. Interesting. That's pretty interesting. All right, let's see. That's a whole nother issue. I didn't even know you had to do an order on these things. Save and close. Okay, that's a whole nother issue we're going to do. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's just see if this is going to work. Copy. I'm going to copy this over. It's telling me, what do I want it? I want it on the front end. I might say front end and back end. I don't know. Path 1. Ideal for small or medium length JavaScript coder to do small correction. It adds your custom inline code at the end of the header. Yes. Let's see what happens. Okay, remove comments, off, minimize. Yes. We've got that. Let's enable this sucker. Enable. Let's save and close. See what happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Let's see if this is testing right. Could not be detected. Once again, I could be doing something wrong. Let's see. Please first make a selection. Okay, let's just go back. Let's put it all the way in order last. Remember, it said to do that. I'm going to do it. I listened to him. I'm going to fire this sucker up again. I'm going to check now. Nothing. Nothing. So, still thinking about that. Still did the same thing. Okay, demo, blah, 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 blah. Plugin, yep. It's telling me I'm putting in the order of it like it told me to do, which I'm totally fine with. Still not doing it. Let's see if it does it on any other page. That's another telltale sign. So it's not showing up anyway. Okay. It does say smaller. See it, Jay, you know, it does say it's smaller. You know, these things happen. Script style tags. Source code, declaration. It's all the same thing. Now I'm just downloading everything. Don't get to this point where you don't care anymore. That's a dangerous spot to be in. But as you can see, I'm in this spot. So now I'm just downloading everything. So I'm going to go here. Now, the thing is, there is something going on. There could be a whole other thing, possibly with the widget going on. I don't know. Because you might have a situation where things aren't being shown on the page because the widget is covering over the code. So I'm not really sure if that's the case. It's not common. It is possible. Head tag. Let's see about this. Say head tag. See. Okay, let's see, full description. Allows to place script, yep, ahead. When is enabled, the searches for the following tags. Okay, that's fine. Menu, item tags. Type. See, it's probably going to be us. Let's see what it is. I'm going to actually go to the papers to see what kind of tag it is now. Okay, so I'm going to go here. See if it tells me. Just reading to see if it's telling me what type. Check now. Okay, let's see. So right now I'm just moving and shaking and putting snippets and seeing what happens. So I'm actually putting the script / custom tag right here. Saying script file. It's not really a file. So I'm not really worried about that. Declaration. I don't think that's either true as well. Style sheet, it's definitely not a style sheet. Style sheets are if you're trying to do different. How can I say? Style is kind of like if I'm bringing a different font or a totally change in what's happening to the page. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. Ha! Got it. Refresh that, my man.
Got it?
Yeah. Look at that sucker right there. Welcome to Miles Stone Support. Let's chat. Start your first conversation. Give me my money. So that's how it's done, guys. Yeah, how long was I on this stupid thing for? It took me far too long. But, guys, you can see in real time what it's like when you test an idea and then you go back and redo it. Test it, redo it. Although some people are like, wow, Doc, that took me a while. Remember, this is if you want to start coding and doing these things using HTML, backend, so you can get paid, you're gonna have to be patient. And basically, I didn't learn this because I was so smart. All I did was watch tutorials and learn a system on how to perform action and to do trial and error. That's all this is. So if you look at right here, bam, you've got a hello. You can customize it. Now you can say, when the world over here, you can customize it and you can go through the setup guide now that it's working. So the setup guide install tells me when it's working. It says customize your live appearance. I can do all that. It will tell me how to change my colors, all of that stuff. Do it. It's right here. It does all the things it needs to do. And that, my friend, is how you install and also check your work to see if you're doing it right. Before we end this session, Brody, do you have any questions? I think I lost you, Brody.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Okay, now I got you.
Awesome. So you had mentioned earlier there's an app that's compatible with ConvertFox. I looked in the iTunes store. I didn't see it in there. Is it called ConvertFox, or you know where that is?
Let's take a look. So let's let me switch back. Share. What is this? Oh well, I can do that. Okay, so you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, hold on one second. Okay, there you go. All right, you still see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. So it's saying that it can do iOS. Let's back up. Let's check something real quick. My other favorite is ConvertKit. I use that too often. I'm going to the right page now. Okay, let's take a look. And no, it says something about that. Let's look at the support, shall we?
Yeah.
iOS. Install ConvertFox mobile app.
Nice.
Bam. Right here, guys. So using, you can respond, blah, blah, blah. That allows you, okay, so that works on mobile devices. Let's see. We're currently building. Oh, no, that's just saying
That's for Android.
Yep. So I would check it. If you cannot find it, they might be having it under a different name. Let's see. I'm just going to click this, see what it does. ConvertFox live chat. Free.
Interesting.
Look at that.
ConvertFox live chat. There it is.
Bam. See what happens?
Amazing, man. Thank you. Last question is just to confirm. I think I know the answer to this, but only when you purchase ConvertFox, you can only use it for one account specifically, right? So I can't use that on a whole bunch of different websites.
No, you cannot. If
Okay.
anyone watches my other show, Fitness Tech Tools, this is why I was going bananas. I bought 5 licenses and just stacked the mess out of it. So that's why I refrained that. I bought 3 different packages. So I track 3 sites under one dashboard. If you do not take advantage of that, and that was for lifetime deal, you have to buy them individually for other sites. You can talk to their support if you can see it from one dashboard. Mine toggles back and forth from my other sites, but I believe you can stack sites if you have multiple clients.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yep. That's all the questions I have, man. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to end this tutorial. Me and Brody will do a follow-up. Thank you guys for watching so much. Remember, guys, this might have taken some time, but this is how you actually do it in real time. And that's how you learn. That's how we're doing this, okay? So remember what we did was we started checking out the different plugins. The one that actually worked was the very last one. You can rewatch the videos to see the ones that didn't work. And thank you very much, and we will talk to you later.